The UFC is making its virgin voyage to Qatar. That's how they do it around that part of the world. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to have Arman Tsarukyan versus Dan Hooker as the main event. Of course, they had to bring in the Palestinian sensation, Belal. Remember the name Muhammad, taking on Ian Machado Garry. I won't say that terrible nickname y'all have for Ian Garry. I won't say it, okay? I'm going to give you guys my 5 most confident picks. But before I do that, I have something very special for everybody, okay? Black Friday is next week after Thanksgiving. By the way, the XFO event's Wednesday. Fightertix.com. If you're in the Chicago area, come see your boy. The day before Thanksgiving, I know you got off work, motherfucker. Come see your boy. I'm commentating the XFO Night of Champions. What I'm trying to say here is that instead of the normal $20 for premium channel, I'm going $1 for UFC Qatar. $1 for UFC Qatar. So you should DM at Mike Finch Show, direct message at Mike Finch Show on Instagram. We'll get you in there. Premium channel $1. And I'm feeling very fucking good after researching this card all goddamn day. I got back from Arizona over the weekend. I had to go to my boy Billy's premiere. Shout out to him. He made this awesome thing called Origins. It's like this motorcycle documentary series. You guys could check it out at ThinkLab, THNKLAB, and you could type in Origins. And it's a, incredible docu-series that he's put together. Shout out to Billy Barnes. If you guys want to help support him too, he's got a GoFundMe and he's got a Venmo. He's got all that shit. You guys could find all that with that THNK Lab Motors page anywhere. And the series is called Origins. Very cool storytelling. He did an amazing job. I was blown away by this last episode that he just put out. So if you want to go support him, I'd appreciate that a lot. You know what else I'd appreciate? If you guys buckle up for the 5 most confident picks for UFC Qatar. And I'm starting at the very top. Not Allah. That's not what I'm saying. I'm starting with Arman Tsarukyan versus Dan the Hangman Hooker. I'm picking Dan. I'm just kidding. I'm picking Arman Tsarukyan. I'll break that one down for you guys. I think he's over the back injury. I feel like Arman Tsarukyan is going to be able to handle it wherever the fight goes. I'm going to go Vulcan Oezdemir over Alonso Menifield. He's the real veteran. He's fought the real competition. I'm going to go with Asu Almabayev over Alex Perez. The wrestling is going to be too much. I'm going to go with Abdul Rahman Yakhyaev over Rafael Cerqueira. And then I'm going to go with Tagir Ulanbekov over Kyoji Horiguchi. Those are my 5 most confident, but I'm always honest with you. They're 5 of my 7 most confident. I did save 2 for a premium channel. Lucky for you, it's $1. DM at Mike Finch Show on Instagram. Let's get you into premium channel. All right. Let's break these fucking fights down. I'll start at the top. Arman Tsarukyan hasn't fought since last year. It's been a minute since we've seen Arman Tsarukyan in the UFC. He wanted to fight Islam Makhachev. He was booked to fight Islam Makhachev for the lightweight world championship in January. He pulled out on fight week with a hurt back. I wish it wasn't true, but I saw a video of him training within 2 weeks of that injury over in Newport, or was it Costa Mesa down the street? I can't remember if it was at Ruka or if it was that new gym in Newport. Either way, not to throw Jason Perillo under the bus, but I saw it on his Facebook page, okay? That I saw it on his story that Arman Tsarukyan was over there training. What the fuck? Dude, you just pulled out of this massive title fight and you're training? Not a good look. What am I supposed to think? You know? I got to start asking questions. He took time off now, though. I think the time off matters. I think Arman Tsarukyan not fighting this entire year probably, leads me to believe that he actually is nursing an injury, actually took the time to properly get over it, and that he'll be guns a-blazing against Dan the Hangman Hooker. Now, I just pissed off our one of our show sponsors, PDX Hoya, with this one, but Dan Hooker's a gatekeeper. He's a great gatekeeper. He's a glorified badass gatekeeper. He's like a fan favorite gatekeeper. He has some quality wins. He fucking beat Mateusz Gamrot, like elite level gatekeeper. But he's never getting a shot at the title. Dan Hooker is not getting a shot at the UFC title. It's not in the cards for him. I would be fucking blown away to see Dan Hooker get a title shot in the UFC. He's 24-12, guys. That means out of every 3 fights, he wins 2 and he loses 1. That wasn't for you. He's got losses to plenty of great fighters. Michael Chandler as well. So I think that against an Arman Tsarukyan, who, the only loss in the UFC is Islam Makhachev and Mateusz Gamrot. Those are a little bit old now. And the fucking Islam Makhachev fight was a barn burner, Besides Islam getting knocked out, that was his toughest fight in the UFC. Tougher than any of these big names he's beaten. Definitely including Jack Della Maddalena. Jesus Christ. I think Arman Tsarukyan is going to be able to probably knock Dan Hooker out. He hits harder, that's for sure. He's got this explosive ability. His wrestling is phenomenal, offensively and defensively. You just got to give credit where credit's due. Arman Tsarukyan's the total package. I do think he beats Dan Hooker. I think it's a lock. Unfortunately for us, Vegas does too. Okay. -500. That's a lot. So, I'll just tell you guys my thought process this week. 7 plays that I absolutely like big time, where I'm seeing a couple of these are some solid locks. Saw the ones that were close odds. Happen to be 2 of my favorites. So I go, okay, locks, right? They're going to be over on Premium Channel. I'll give you this one because it is a lock, but -500. Like, how are you going to bet on that thing? It's going to be like a 3-leg parlay, I don't know, man. But I got Arman Tsarukyan. Vulcan Oezdemir over Alonso Menifield. Alonso Menifield coming off of the biggest win of his career against Umar Sy. So, Finch, what are you doing picking a guy who's like 50-50 in the UFC? You were just talking shit about Dan Hooker being a gatekeeper. Now you're going to pick this gatekeeper? Yes, I am. Alonso Menifield is not good at defending himself. He's got some offensive capabilities, but Vulcan Oezdemir is the full package. Vulcan Oezdemir can go on offense. He could go on defense. He can grapple. He fucking clubs hard. He's tough. He's durable. He can come back. He's fought the who's who at 205. Who's had a tougher schedule than Vulcan Oezdemir? I could name champions like Jamal Hill, who haven't had as tough of a fucking schedule as Vulcan Oezdemir. How many times am I going to dunk on Jamal Hill on this show? God damn. Did I fucking call it or what? When Poatan was going to knock Jamal Hill out and the odds were even? High five from the back, yo. Come on, son. That's why you tune in. Vulcan Oezdemir should be able to knock out Alonso Menifield. I think he'll get him out of there. I think Vulcan Oezdemir is not past it yet. And I think Alonso Menifield had the highlight of his career. I don't think he's going much higher than that. Give me Vulcan Oezdemir via KO. Still a solid 205er, and I think he's keeping the gate. I do think so. Asu Almabayev over Alex Perez. Alex Perez, decent kicker, can throw some punches too. Jiu-jitsu's decent. I mean, you gotta love Alex Perez. He's a tough fighter. He's got that Mexican style, but Asu Almabayev is a better wrestler. We are in Qatar. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Asu Almabayev is going to be able to get this thing done with the wrestling controlling where the fight takes place. Alex Perez pops up. I think he'll get mat returned by Asu Almabayev. I could see Asu Almabayev even getting a finish as this thing drags on. Alex Perez won't be the easiest guy to finish, but as he gets worn out by that wrestling attack of Asu Almabayev, I think it'll wear on him. I don't think he's got that Manel Cop level kickboxing to hold Asu Almabayev off. I think he's getting taken down. I think he's getting fucked up. Almabayev, 3rd round submission over, a scrappy Alex Perez. But we got to look at the results of Alex Perez's fights and come to a conclusion that Almabayev is going to be too much for him. I definitely think that about Abdul Rahman Yakhyaev over Rafael Cerqueira. Rafael Cerqueira is not UFC level. What are we doing with this guy? May I show you the career of Chris Moitinho? This is the 205 Chris Moitinho. This guy is here to get paid and to be able to tell the girls at the bar, I was a UFC fighter. It's pretty cool. Must admit. Undefeated amateur champ. Not a UFC fighter. Would have been a cool feather in my cap. This stuff is kind of fucking brutal to do, though. I think he's getting knocked out. I think he's getting knocked out in the 1st round. Yakhyaev is he could finish via submission or knockout. He finishes fights. He's just too goddamn dangerous. I think he's going to crush Rafael Cerqueira. Big time lock, but Las Vegas can tell too. So not telling you nothing new. Tagir Ulanbekov versus Kyoji Horiguchi. I gotta be honest. Okay, I try to be honest. Yo, Brian Andrews. I try to be honest. This is probably the least confident of the most confident. I do like the lock. I probably have 2 locks that I saved from the group for premium channel. DM at mikefinchshow on Instagram to get in for $1. But I'm going to say that he beats Kyoji Horiguchi. Kyoji Horiguchi, say that 5 times fast, had a great UFC run, like 7-1 early on, rising champion, known in Japan, great Bellator fighter, high level Bellator fighter. I was able to work with him. I know him, really good dude, nice dude. Everybody on the team at ATT respects Kyoji Horiguchi so much. You won't see anybody say a bad thing about the dude. But I'll say that he doesn't have the physicality that a Tagir Ulanbekov does. In the 1st round, he's going to get thrown onto the ground, and he's also a short guy, so he's got this great karate style where he could dart in and out, and he's quick with it, and he's elusive, and he's technically sound, and he's patient, like Valentina Shevchenko patient against Wei Li. He's got that high level IQ for mixed martial arts and striking specifically. But against Tagir Ulanbekov, who's got a 5-inch reach advantage, who's got a 2-inch height advantage, who's got the fighting in Qatar, and he has a beard and no mustache advantage, I think that Kyoji Horiguchi is going to get out wrestled here. And I think as the fight goes on, it'll be tough too. The UFC doesn't do you any favors. You want to make a UFC debut, or in Kyoji Horiguchi's case, come back to the UFC. Welcome back, bitch. Here's a guy who's probably going to beat you. It's how it's done around here. Look throughout the history of prospects. Okay. When they bring you in, you lose your first fight. They brought in Patricio Pitbull. They gave him Yair Rodriguez, okay? Then he beat Danny Gay. They bring in Brock Lesnar. I'm going way back now. Didn't expect that one, did you? They give him Frank Mir. Good luck getting your leg out of that. Then he goes on a run and becomes champion. Then it's cool. You come in and you lose. Hey, we're cool, okay? Aaron Pico made his debut. Give him a fucking top 5 lightweight. Lerone Murphy, who just won in a headlining position on a fight night. You know what I mean? They're not playing with y'all. So Kyoji Horiguchi comes in and like, who can probably beat him? Tagir Ulanbekov via decision, although, he's going to try to strangle him. Tagir Ulanbekov would love a good strangle on the ground. That's live. Tagir Ulanbekov via rear strangle, totally live. Y'all ready for this? Really? Ready? One more time for my people in the back. I'm going Tagir Ulanbekov with a third-round rear strangle against a game Kyoji Horiguchi, who's patient on the feet, but starting to age a little bit. This ain't rising, dog. I'm going to go with Abdul Rahman Yakhyaev over Rafael Cerqueira because Rafael Cerqueira sucks. I'm going to go with Asu Almabayev over Alex Perez because of the wrestling advantage, because of his ability to control that fight, his ability to stick to Alex Perez, hold him down, and if he can't hold him down, mat return him over and over again. Just work on him. Put a single hook and get that far wrist ride, get that thing over with. I'm going to take Vulcan Oezdemir over Alonso Menifield because I believe in the schedule. I believe in the work. Vulcan Ozdemir's fought the who's who at 205. And I do believe he is better than an Alonso Menifield. I think he's going to be able to avoid the power. And, you know, once he starts doing damage, getting Alonso Menifield covering up with that high guard, I think he's going to find big shots. I think he's going to put him out of there. And then last but certainly not least, I'm going to go with the back injured phenomenal wrestler, the guy who was just neck and neck with Islam Makhachev. He was sweating Islam so much, Islam had to cheat. He put the fingers in the glove of Arman Tsarukyan and threw his ass. Islam's done that 3 fucking times in the UFC. Okay. I think that Arman Tsarukyan is going to be able to out wrestle and out punch Dan Hooker. You know, he's explosive on the feet. So honestly, Arman Tsarukyan via knockout is the call. All right. Those are the 5 most confident I'm giving you guys. I told you there are 2 more. If you guys want to see 2 more who are definitely in the mix of that top 5, DM at mikefinchshow on Instagram this week and this week only. Heading up to Black Friday. Since we don't have a, Thanksgiving week, Black Friday week card, I'm trying to hook you guys up. I want to show you guys the channel. I want to show you what we do. All you do is you send a message to at mikefinchshow on Instagram. My guy T hits you back, right? You send the single dollar. If you send 99 cents, we'll take it as well. Okay. And don't jip me on that penny, dog. They're not printing pennies anymore. You saw what Trump said? They're getting rid of the penny. All right. I want that last penny. Scratch that. Full dollar. Don't fuck with me. Send it to, it's like Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, fucking whatever, crypto. Fucking put it in an envelope and mail it to me, bro. I don't know. Mail it to UFC Jim Huntington Beach with my name on it, okay? And we'll get you in a premium channel. You just like download Telegram, and then you guys can get my video content. I always make a video, or 2 or whatever, and I'll break the card down for you guys and give you guys my most confident bets is really what it is. Sometimes it's, usually I go 3 bets. Like sometimes I'll go 5, started off strong this month with those bets, had a brutal UFC pay-per-view, but we could talk about it right now. Jack Della Maddalena getting out wrestled by a fucking strong Islam Makhachev up at 170. There were questions around it. Is Islam Makhachev going to be tired, putting on that muscle, having to pump blood to it? It was the exact opposite. It was that weight cut that was making him tired. This is a great weight class for him. This idea that, that the 145, now 155 champ Topuria is going to be able to KO Makhachev. I don't see it. I think Ilia Topuria would get out wrestled so bad, especially at 170. Did you see the fucking back on Islam Makhachev? Homie, I think he's getting taken down and bullied just like everybody else in at 170. Maybe not Shavkat. Like there's a couple fun ones, right? I know some of you saying, what about Michael Morales? Bro, Michael Morales has no footwork. He's fucking flat-footed. He's literally stepping heel toe as he walks forward. Let this guy grow. He does not need a title shot right now. Shavkat, much more seasoned. Kamaru Usman, been seasoned, bro. You know what I mean? Well done. Not like that. I think they might do the Kamaru Usman versus Islam Makhachev fight. And I don't hate it, I don't hate it. It's a huge win for Ali Abdelaziz, who, hasn't been the best to me. I was pulling it up earlier. I was talking to Ali Abdelaziz about getting Mike Tyson in. And I wanted to get Mike Tyson into UFC gym Huntington Beach because I'm trying to pull this up right now so you guys could see it. I was trying to get him into Ali Abdelaziz. There he is. There he is. Got him. I was trying to get Mike Tyson in UFC gym Huntington Beach because it was like, fucking holiday. It was grand opening party in the middle of the summer. So I'm like, hey man, we got like $3,000. I would love to get Mike Tyson in. And he goes, Mike will be $500K. Ali told me that Mike Tyson, it would be $500,000 to get Mike Tyson. Just tell me to go fuck myself, Ali. You know what I mean? Quit playing with me. Okay? I was like, maybe Khabib, maybe Mike Tyson. I think he said Khabib 50K, Mike Tyson $500,000. Homie. Out of $3,000 budget. I thought $3,000 was okay. Mike Tyson lives over there. Mike Tyson lives in Newport. I'm in Huntington. We're neighbors. Okay? He comes to train. I met Mike Tyson at King's MMA. I smoked a joint with Mike Tyson at King's MMA. What have you done with your life? You know what I'm saying? Just kidding. But I did smoke a joint with Mike Tyson at King's MMA. It would have been easy for him to come. His driver could have taken him, but it wasn't meant to be. But Ali Abdelaziz is going to get blessed with Kamaru Usman versus Islam Makhachev. Just another payday for the guy. Can you get luckier as a manager than being the manager of these fucking Dagestanis? Holy shit. Khabib, Islam, Umar, they got some serious success inside the UFC. And Ali Abdelaziz's management team is all over it. Justin Gaethje. I mean, the list goes on. The dude's got his tentacles into a lot of different piggy banks. So good on him, And he let me train one time. That was okay. Patchy Mix was like, hey, this is Mike Finch. He's going to come into practice. Ali just like looks at me and then just like looks away. I was like, all right, I'm coming into practice. This is the UFC PI. Not the nicest guy to me, but it is what it is. Some people he's got to win. The dude hustles. Power to him. I hope he can make it happen. Kamaru Usman versus Islam Makhachev will be fun. That's the name that Islam needs on his record, right? He doesn't need Carlos Pratas. He doesn't need, and this is, by the way, is a take of Voice of MMA. Shout out to Voice of MMA. Go follow him on YouTube. He doesn't need Carlos Pratas on his fucking record. He needs a Kamaru Usman. It makes sense to me. I was looking up and down. I got right here the fucking UFC rankings. Over at the welterweight division, you got Belal Muhammad, Sean Brady, down. Shavkat Rakhmonov, Leon Edwards, down. Kamaru Usman, Ian Garry. If Ian Garry gets some like head kick KO over Belal, yeah, that makes sense. Belal wins. Belal and Islam have trained together. I just don't see that one going down. Michael Morales is 8. He'll come up a little bit. Carlos Pratas is 9. He'll come up a little bit now. Gabriel Bonfim is 10 now that he got that nice knee knockout over Randy Brown. Those guys aren't quite ready yet. You need to keep matching them up, right? I actually think looking at this list, it's either Shavkat or it's Kamaru, and Shavkat's been on the shelf. Give Shavkat one fight, maybe it's Shavkat versus a Carlos Pratas or a Jack Della Maddalena or, something fun in the division. The winner of Ian Garry versus Belal would make sense. I mean, if Ian Garry wins, I don't know if we want to see a rematch. But you catch my drift. I think Kamaru Usman actually might get the shot. We'll see what's up. What say you? Chat. I feel like Nurullo Aliyev is better pick than Tagir on this card. It's not a crazy take. It's not a crazy take at all. Arman, Tsarukyan, Almabayev, and Aliyev, the AAA. The AAA. Shout out to AAA. They helped me out the other day. I left my wife's car lights on. She's got this old Volkswagen Beetle, 2012. I don't know. Is that old? Is 2012 old? I think so. And it's got this switch for the fucking lights. I get out of my car, the lights turn off. So I didn't put the switch off. Killed her battery. Had to call AAA. Handled it like that. Shout out to AAA. Maybe it's good juju for the AAA. Mike the Goat. Thank you. Appreciate that. What's up, Smoking Hot Cards? He wants easy fight like John Jones picking Stipe instead of Tom. Finch, they really need to make Prates versus Morales. You know, AJ came up with a good one today. Carlos Prates versus Jack Della Maddalena. Sign me up. I think Morales beats Carlos Prates. Guys, Carlos Prates is a lot better at Muay Thai. Michael Morales, I think, is overrated. Guys, Sean Brady got his ass beat by Belal Muhammad. Like, let's not rate Sean Brady's striking too high. Sean Brady's jiu-jitsu is great. Sean Brady beat Craig Jones in jiu-jitsu. Stalled him out. But Sean Brady, look at the way he mopped Leon Edwards. Is that a bad example now? Not now out grappling Leon Edwards is just like in fashion. He had fucking Carlos Prates' back. Meme or not. I think that Carlos Prates is much more technically sound than Michael Morales. If you look at the way Michael Morales is plodding around the place, it looks like he's walking to the fucking bus stop, dude. He's just walking heel toe. It's not even in a stance, dude. He's so front foot heavy with his head forward. I think there's a lot of cleaning up to do with the technique of Michael Morales. You know what he's got? He's got a fucking stone here. He's got a stone here, and he'll put it through your head. He's talented for sure. He's athletic for sure. His wrestling is solid. Speed, right? Technique-wise, shallow game. Morales, blah, blah, blah. Finch, I know you have said you've trained a lot of fighters. Have you ever trained with a fighter from Dagestan? They're a different level, brother. No, I don't think so. I was in the room at the UFC Performance Institute, where there were a couple Dagestanis in that practice. Actually, Ali Abdelaziz was leading practice. You guys might not know this, but he's like a judo black belt, and he taught a pretty good head and arm choke where you flare the elbow out instead of keeping it tucked so the guy can't sweep you. It was all good stuff. But no, I grappled with Jeremy Kennedy that day. He's a Bellator fighter, now PFL fighter. I grappled with Jocelyn Edwards that day, UFC fighter. I did not get to grapple with the dogs, but I will. Okay, it'll happen. Beksat Almakhan beats Topuria. I'll drop my full card predictions tomorrow. Morales is a good wrestler too. Leon took Prates down easily. Yeah, the wrestling's a problem. I agree with you, Chojo. The wrestling's a problem. In a hypothetical matchup between Carlos Prates and Michael Morales, the offensive wrestling of Michael Morales might work. But I haven't, he likes to strike. Let's be honest. He likes to strike. So I think he might get fucking clipped by Carlos Prates. I would not be locking him over Carlos Prates. Why didn't Brady go for takedowns against Morales? He was scared as fuck, dude. He was trying to close the distance, but he was getting clocked, man. Brady's offensive wrestling's not outstanding. He's not a real wrestler per se. His jiu-jitsu's outstanding, but he's got to get, like, if you start those two with him on top and half guard, yeah, now we're cooking with oil. But it's not where you start. You start at distance, and that was a bad spot to be with Morales. Have you seen anything on Luke Riley, or it'll be a full card video? It will be in the full card video tomorrow night, okay? I'll drop it tomorrow night. I got you. I see some issues with him, okay? If you're looking at betting on him, like, dude, I'm seeing some red flags. With the takedown defense, he's a dog for sure. But with that takedown defense, brother, suspect. Prates knocked bro off his feet. Holy shit. Prates lit him up. He fucking head snapped and shit. It's kind of scary, bro. I've been going for 28 minutes. God damn. Having fun. Mike Finch by RNC to any doggy. Thank you, Meadow. I appreciate that. You know what? If I was really in a grappling match with one of the Dagestanis, I'm going leg locks, dog. They don't train them leg locks like your boy does, okay? Over at Art of Jiu-Jitsu, we rip people's legs off, okay? We got the inside heel hook. We got the outside heel hook. We got the false reap accusations. We got some leg lock game, dog. I'll put him in that honey hole, put him in that inside senkaku, hit him with that inside heel hook. They don't know about that shit. They know about fucking half guard. They know about, they know about MMA positions, right? Cross body ride, Dagestani handcuff. They've got some really good positions for MMA. It'd be really tough to do in an MMA fight to submit one of them because they could punch you in the face. But in grappling with no punches, these guys are getting submitted quick by elite pro grapplers. Mikey Musumeci is leg locking them quick. Kolabate is leg locking Khabib Nurmagomedov in under a minute. Okay. In a grappling match, this idea that Khabib or Islam or any of them are going to go into like pro grappling, like 80cc level, and last against the B team is crazy. Against Kingsway, against Danaher's team, no, they're getting subbed. They're getting subbed, and specifically with leg locks. But I mean, that's just pro grappling. In fighting, yeah, we gotta call it like it is. They're the best right now. All right, you guys sick of me? I've been here for a half hour. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Love you guys. Jump in. Come on. $1 this week. I want to see every single one of you. Direct message me at Mike Finch Show on Instagram. My guy T pretty much handles that channel. You guys could always hit me up at Mike Finch MMA on Instagram. That's me. DM at Mike Finch Show on Instagram. My guy T will get you into premium channel. You send the $1, we get you into premium channel. Custom video for you guys. I'll give you guys my most confident bets, the ones that I place the most money on, and let's fucking eat. Until next time, it's peace and love.